So I'll move that up so we can see it. So there it is. All right, so I need to find the s. So I say, okay, well, that's my domain. That's creepy. I'm going to have to find the integral. Just watch me, actually, since this is recording, of that. So I'm trying to find the s. And so I'm going to take the derivative, the integral of that. Now, just taking the integral of that itself is snarly. So I have the 1/3. This is its own integral over -1 on s. I'll just pause for a second. Okay, so the coefficient of this exponent is -1 on s, so it has to go underneath. You know, if it was e to the 2x, I'd have to put a 2 underneath. But it's e to the negative x on s, or -1 on s times x. So that in itself is a bit yucky. And then I have to evaluate that from 0 to infinity, and I should get 1. Okay? So this s, which I hate s's in problems, make sure it doesn't turn into a 5. Mine always just turn into 5s. Has to go up here. So what does this become? It becomes -s on 3 e to the -x on s from 0 to infinity, and that has to be 1. Okay, so I would imagine that some of you are going to have to spend some time re-looking at that again, because it's again in the last problem of the quiz, isn't it? The same kind of function, okay? And make sure that you can figure out where all that stuff came from. Okay, now here's the next hurdle we have to get over, and the next hurdle is that we have to evaluate this at infinity, which is creepy. It's a limit, you know, it's something that's creepy. So here's what I do. I go, okay, x is infinity. So I have -s on 3. I don't know what s is. It's some number. Who cares? It's negligible. It's out there somewhere, okay? And this thing is 1 on e to the infinity over s. I need to know what that is. 1, the number 1, over e, which is 2 point something, to the infinity. 0. Okay? So at this point now, in your working, you can go, that is 0. You don't have to write out the limit from blah, 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 okay? Like a person would know, a teacher marking would say, okay, they know that's 0, so that's good. That's as much working as you need to do. Then I have to subtract off -s on 3 times 1 over e to the 0. Right? That one, I'm putting the 0 in. So what's e to the 0? Oh, that's equal to 1. Okay, that's 1. So I have negative a negative, so I have s on 3 equals 1. So finally I have s equals 3. So that was a huge deal that I just had to go through, and they did not even tell me to do it. Get my point? That's the complexness of this problem, is that you would have to know to do that. You need to know what the s is. Okay, then after that, it says I want to find out x bigger than 5. So for part A, like this is, you know, before I even get to part A, I'm going to put part A over here if you don't mind, because I'm going to run out of paper in a minute. So that was part A I'm doing, and then this is the real thing. And so it says, you know, this goes from 5 to infinity. Oh, I don't want to do the infinity again. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1 minus from 0 to 5. You know what I'm saying? When it goes, I want to know when x is bigger than something, do the less than and subtract it from 1. Okay? So 0 to 5, from where it starts up to 5, of 1/3 e to the negative x on 3, that's better, dx. And then you can just type this in now. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You can just type it in. because this is all calculator. And I don't have this problem in front of me. And when you type it in, I wish I could tell you what you get. You get 1 minus 0. McKeely, is it 8?
8.111.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And so it turns out to be 0.1889 for the answer. This is probability that x is bigger than 5 equals. I better stop.